Greetings and welcome to New Dawn presentation 31. Well, this is quite an experience to share. I did a journey last night, authentic Aboriginal dream time, ingredients. What an interesting experience that was. But before I share that, I want to just talk about something. When I've talked on the previous videos about thought manifestation, before you even go to that stage, you need to not be in a place of fear. It's not just unplugging from the media. It's shutting your eyes to all these illusions. I mean, how many times have you gone on Facebook, for example, and you're shown two characters, Bill Gates from hell or George Soros, for example? Well, what have you got there? An old man full of sorrows? Is that what you want? Not in this universe. A lot of it is that goes on that we're shown, I don't even see out there. Anything but. So I feel I'm in a place where I'm far more comfortable in myself now. So this journey, wow, where do I even start? This is so difficult to put into words. I just made this video and then reached maximum memory and it's like, shit, start again. But I wasn't happy with the way it was flowing anyway, so maybe I'd manifested to do it again. I knew today was going to be good when I've seen 10:44, 11:11, and then as I was starting the first version of the video, 11:33. Well, I thought I've got to share this. I want to share this. Basically, what I went through was an awful experience in many ways. I was crucified. The implant in the subconscious of that story, I could feel myself, my arms stretching out. I could feel the lashes from the whip on the back. Then it becomes clear of what I'm actually experiencing. What the subconscious is giving me. Well, the lashes on the back is because I'm carrying the weight of the world. I'm trying to fix everything before I fix myself. The crown of thorns are all those thoughts pricking at your heavens, trying to disrupt it. And then you look down. You see all the people walking away. And very soon you feel very alone. I could feel my body shaking like I was not only alone. Now I can't say I hate the cold because that's too strong a word, but I prefer the warmer weather. So I got the experience of the cold and the alone. And then it's like, there's only me here. I'm doing all this to myself. I'm putting myself through all this. Why am I crucifying myself? I don't need to be doing that, but I did need to go through that experience. It is a moment of aha when you think, I can see what the allegorical story is showing me. And when we think about that famous painting of the Last Supper, what that is showing, the breaking of the bread, I'm not even going to go down the route of whether it's based on a real character, a real person or not. That's irrelevant. It's an allegorical story. The Son of the Creator, the Son of God, is within each and every one of us. The breaking of the bread symbolises the opening up of a kernel and a seed that grows within oneself. The 12 disciples, or the 12 disciples, are the 12 aspects of yourself. Thomas represents the doubt. Peter denies the Son. There's a bit of ego with that one. And all these characters are aspects of yourself, your own doubts, your own fears, your own ego, and so on. And it's a really strange feeling when you you're observing what the subconscious is throwing up, what the ego is throwing up. I said to the facilitator, has anybody ever tried looking in a mirror when they're going through this journey? So we tried that. I don't know what you expect to see, but it's a handheld mirror. And it's like, okay, yeah, I've got to do this, haven't I? So I held it up in front of myself. What do you reckon I saw? My own reflection. And I laughed. And then there's this like New York voice saying, well, what are you expected to see? Which is true. I didn't go in with any expectations. But it was clear to me. The dark side of myself looks just like the good side of myself. And this reality is just one big joke. It really is. When you strip everything else away and you find out it's only you in a universe, there is almost like a feeling of loneliness, but then it morphs into you are that baby, but you're also your mother, and you comfort yourself because there's no one else to do it. You've got to do it for yourself. You have to take responsibility for yourself. I tell you, this year has been so fantastic. From 6-7 months ago, how I feel I have spiritually grown. No, I haven't got all the answers. Yes, I need to keep doing more journeys. Now, I'm not advocating this for everybody. I would certainly not say go down a psychedelic route if you have any fears and things. You really need to start examining yourself, because if you're full of fear, you're not going to have a pleasant experience. It's going to freak you out. It's going to be a nightmare. But maybe some of you want to face that. I mean, why did I experience that crucifixion thing? Why did I put myself through that? I have gained a lot out of that. It wasn't a bad experience. I could feel my body contorting, and the wrestle in the mind between the ego, the subconscious, and wanting to be in control of it, wanting to hold on to this reality, and then the conversation's going, just let go. And the another part saying, you need to know where you are. And why do I need to know where I am? I don't know where I am. All this is going, this conversation that's going on inside the mind, and whoa, the subconscious, it is very noisy. There's a lot of chatter going on in there. But when you can have that conversation within oneself, with oneself, that's very interesting, because it's all about self-discovery. We need to examine ourselves. There's another trinity within us. You have the mind, which has the conscious and the subconscious. The subconscious has no knowledge of good and evil. It just gives you what it feels you want, or from the feelings you give the subconscious, it will give you that. The conscious knows the difference between good and evil and will try and just give you good experiences. Now, as well as the heavens, the mind, and the only nation is the limit of your imagination. Remember that. You also have the heart, operating from the heart as well. But you also have another very important part, and this is the one I think to really listen to. It's the house of bread, the Bethlehem, the place of the sun, the solar plexus. Now between these three, you have another raise L, another arsenal inside you. Because we can do things from the heart, but we will also listen to that gut feeling that is trying to guide us, that knows the answers. the sun is the way. The place of the sun is here, just below the rib cage. You've got the mind, but don't forget the mind has got the ego and the subconscious as well. So in some ways, the good is down here. The heart is in the balance. Heart is earth. And then the heavens can be chaos, or they can be a place of bliss. Now, with operating within those three, you reverse the polarity and you raise the sun, the charisma, the Christ within, till it reaches the heavens. It ascends within oneself. That's what the allegorical story is showing. It's not a separate physical being. It is not a literal historical or a secular story. It is human psyche. It is astrology. It is your autobiography. 66 books. Well, we are 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Don't fall for all this. This number's good, this number's bad. Remember that the opposite end of creation cannot create. It can only use what's already there. And it will. It will twist things. It will take an existing idea. It will give you an all-seeing eye, which is electronic, which is spying on you. But the Creator is in everything. It's different vibrations. I mean, think about a tree, for example. It's a different form of consciousness. 24 hours in the presence of a tree is 1 second of recognition by that tree. But look at the way their physical growth is so different from ours. A completely different timeline. But timey. Now, what time do you want to be tied to? Is it clock time? Do you see the lock in clock time, or do you have that understanding that time is on your side? They're not ours. They're minute. That's their time. That's the regimented, three-dimensional time. That's something very different. That's an imposed system. That's not our time at all. Our time is now. It always has been and it always will be. We have the ability as co-creators to manipulate time. If something bad happens, what is real? Well, it's like a film reel. Rewind it in your mind, take it back to the point before the bad experience happened. Now play it forward and write the script again without that bad experience. Write a different outcome, write an alternative ending, the ending that you want to that event, or whatever happens in your life. We are co-creators, we are pro-creators, we are part of the Creator. The Creator is in us, we are the Creator. You are God, I am God. Now, as pro-creators, that doesn't necessarily mean a physical baby. Yes, it can do, but it's about planting seeds of thought. And just like seeds you would plant, you don't want them on stony ground where they're going to wither and not going to grow very well. They're the negative thoughts. Well, visualize taking those seeds back out again and put them somewhere good instead. If the seeds are no good, get rid of them. Compost them. Get rid of them. The root word of garden is to give. It's a gift from nature. The root word of farm is to take. That's theft. Well, I think we can think of several words that start with farm, which is more and more apparent are not good, that are in the business of dis-ease and false profits. But we can find it in ourselves, and this year has been absolutely fantastic for me. It really has. This has been a real journey of discovery, and so this is a video diary, and I'm just sharing these thoughts, and I want you to take whatever resonates with you. If it helps you Well, that's good. That's what I want. That is my wish, that I can help you find that sun within inside yourself. See, even that heliocentric idea is not a complete lie, because the sun is within you. So everything does revolve around the sun within your own universe, does it not? So we just need to take control and be the creator of our own universe and the co-creator. You've got the green screen, you've got the background all put out. Now you project out the film that you want. You create what you want as real. It's as simple as that. But no doubt there'll be more thoughts I will have on this. And I want to say as well, thank you for all the wonderful comments, because I only made that impromptu video yesterday. I haven't had a chance to even sort of read them, but I will reply and respond over the next couple of days, and come back to you, and because your comments are what this is all about, as much as anything else. I love to see the feedback. If I've helped clarify something for a soul brother or soul sister, then that's just icing on the cake to me, because it's not being selfish. This is a journey about myself, how I can fix myself. So I'm not giving out a broken version, so I'm giving out the best version that I can create of myself. And then the awareness on top of that of how is my universe impacting on all the other universes I come in contact with. Anything I say, what effect is that going to have on that person? Is it going to leave them feeling sad or negative? Am I saying a hurtful word? Am I being brutally honest with them? Am I lying to them just to make them feel good? We need to do this with ourselves, and also have this awareness of what we're sharing with each other as well. Because it's on a recent video by Amazing Polly. I think it's the Ghislaine Maxwell. If you go 3/4 of the way through that one, there is an old book about the Illuminati, and it mentions about how they use thought manifestation. But feel no fear of that, because they've had lots and lots of practice at that. Many of us are only now coming to this self-discovery, and by sharing this, that we also have that ability. Because the opposite end of the co-creators are the non-creators aspect, the ones that can only take an existing idea and twist it and turn it into something else. And you wonder why you've got a fear of an all-seeing eye, when the creator is in everything, and it does see everything, because it's in each and every one of us. We are it, and we're a part of it. It is a part of us. We are all witnesses for it. But also everything else. Trees, metamorphosis as wood. This timber is telling it a story, but it is also within the grain. It is ingrained. It still contains moisture, which is water, which is memory. You can still communicate with the wood. I mean, it's stripped bare back to the grain of what is ingrained. It's telling its story as well of its life. It is sacred. Treat it with respect. It's a living being. Even in the form of timber, it is still alive. Wood construction on traditional doors, if you look at that, you've got the grains going horizontally and vertically in these traditional doors. It's because wood moves. It expands and contracts with the changes in temperature, the changes in the moisture. It's still very much alive in any form. It may not be growing in the same way, but it's still there. And just look round at everything. Look at what you've been shown from the negative aspect and find where that was, what that was really based on. Even 666, that's ridiculous. That's not, no, numbers are neutral. We're 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. It even says in the Bible that it's the number of man. But it's been twisted. It's been turned into a literal historical story, and it's not. It's a story of human psyche. It's a story of astrology. It's your autobiography. It's my autobiography. It's all about self-discovery, finding that place of the sun within and raising it up into our heavens. Breaking that bread so that seed rises up and joins the other part of itself, the creator that is within each and every one of us, what is described as the Father and the Son. So there's just a few thoughts there on this journey that I did, and I'm not advocating that you all try it. I certainly wouldn't suggest trying it if you're from a place of fear. 21 minutes and 12 seconds. These numbers are not stopping today. 10:44, 11:11, 11:33 when I started doing the video, and then I just see that one as well, and then 21:21. Anyway, just a few thoughts there. While they're fresh in the mind, I'm still processing all this, and I've also, thank you so much for all the wonderful comments on the video, the impromptu video I made yesterday, and I will get round to, over the next couple of days, of replying to those. Anyway, now we must go out into this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day and experience the other sun, the one that gives us the vitamin D and gives us that lovely, beautiful, euphoric feeling of life, because the sun provides life for everything. The seeds are planted in darkness and then they grow towards the light, just as we need to. So I'm going to say ta-ta for now, and do keep those comments in. There's some real gems in the comments, and I am grateful for everybody that takes time out of their reality, out of their life, to listen to what is basically a personal diary. But I hope it will help as many of you as possible to find the creator within inside yourself and be the best version of yourself. I can't fix you, only you can fix you. This journey has made that really clear. That crown of thorns and the thoughts, the feeling the whiplashes on the back where I'm carrying the weight of the world. But it's time to put it down. And it was brought very, very much home that the only person in this universe, the only being in this universe, is oneself. It's taking responsibility for one's own actions and sorting out that universe within, bringing order back to the chaos that the subconscious is throwing out, because it's mishearing, because it's working on feeling, not on vocalized thoughts or on thoughts. It is purely coming from a place of feeling. So if you're feeling fear, that's what it's going to give you. So we can all change that within ourselves, can't we? And we can create a nice, harmonious universe within ourselves, which we can then radiate out like the sun ray, what we project out onto this reality. Collectively, we change this green screen into something really beautiful without all the horrors and the fears. We create heaven on earth. Ta-ta for now.